Welcome back to my channel where we are reviewing all the films I've watched this year in 2023. Now in June, where on June 30th, the film that dropped was Indiana Jones and the Dial of Destiny. It is rated PG-13 and it is 2 hours and 34 minutes long. It is distributed by Paramount Pictures. It is directed by James Mangold. It stars, of course, Harrison Ford as Indiana Jones, Toby Jones as Basil Shaw, Phoebe Waller as his daughter, Helena Shaw, and Mads Mikkelsen as Jürgen Voller. And I don't have a synopsis. The synopsis, I'll just make up a synopsis because I did not write one down for some reason. But it's basically, it has to do with time travel. It's really cool. Indiana Jones and Jürgen Voller are basically on a hunt to find the same relic that tampers with time travel. So, but within the wrong hands, it can really be a dangerous tool. So it's kind of a chase to see who's going to get this relic. And then his best friend Basil Shaw was helping Indiana Jones back in the past. So when we're in present day, his daughter is acting like she's going to help him at first, but she was really in it to take it for herself. But I think by the end she did help him. So I'll just go ahead and tell you my opinion of it. I have not watched any Indiana Jones films. I am not really one for that kind of action. The only kind of action films I enjoy like that, I'm getting more into them, but the only ones prior to doing film reviews and really diving into films has been James Bond, Daniel Craig, James Bond. I'm part of that generation where Daniel Craig is my James Bond. I understand there's past ones and that's a very opinionated thing, but that's who James Bond is to me. And Skyfall was the best film. I saw that a million times in the theater. So my issues with this film, there's a lot of good things, but first my issues with the film was I understand de-aging. We started really going into de-aging back when the second chapter came out. And a lot of people could tell that that was an issue because those kids had grown up and we had to find a way to make it seem like they're the same age as in chapter 1. I understood that issue at the time, and they weren't really that much older, so it didn't really bother me. I forgot how old Harrison Ford actually is. I believe he's in his 80s now. And so when they showed the past, I forgot how old he was. So I was thinking Harrison Ford isn't really that old. But there's something weird about his face. It looked very Play-Doh-y and very, not even Botox, just Play-Doh-y. And I was like, the fuck is wrong with his face? And then we jump into present day where there's Harrison Ford and wow, he sure got older. Because they used de-aging and it really showed, and it is really distracting to me. I usually don't let stuff like that distract me, but it was a little distracting. It just looked so rubbery and bizarre, and I just was like looking at the screen like stuff is happening, and every time it showed Harrison Ford, I'm like, what happened to him? So yeah, I don't think the de-aging did too well. And then another issue I have is when Mads Mikkelsen's character, they're both untrained, they're having that whole duel, and he ends up getting, spoiler, but he ends up getting hit by the railing and falls off the train. Not only did his head not get decapitated, but homeboy shows up years later just like untouched. Never had a concussion, wasn't in a coma. I really thought with the Dial of Destiny situation and time travel, maybe he had gotten a hold of the relic and he time traveled before. His head would have probably gotten decapitated because you're going that fast on the train and a metal railing hits you. Yeah, you're gonna die. You're not really even just gonna be injured. You're probably gonna die. So the fact he's just like, I want the relic. It's like, how the fuck are you alive? And they never explain it. I think it would have been excusable if they had explained it through the Dial of Destiny, saying, oh, well, he had it in his pocket the whole time, and I don't know, some way, somehow he used it to time travel before that moment, and that's how he was able to survive. Cool, I can fuck with that. I can explain that. That happens a lot in Loki. That makes sense. Like, time travel, I don't think time travel really works the way all these shows show time travel working, but there's so many different opinions and ideas and thoughts and how time travel can actually work in multiverses and everything like that. So if they could have explained it in some way, somehow, instead of just having him show up like, yo, I survived that huge crash off the train with the metal beam like hitting me smack in the head. Maybe I glued my head back on. I don't know. I think 2 hours and 34 minutes was a bit too lengthy for this film, but overall, I do think it was really well done. Here's my problem with the live action, all these action movies. I feel like there's a formula that is so similar. You can pull, what was that one film with Liam Neeson? You can pull Taken, a James Bond film like Skyfall. So take Taken, Skyfall, Mission Impossible, which we're going to be talking about here soon, Indiana Jones, and what is the one scene all those films have in common? Some foreign place where there are narrow roads and there's some crazy ass chase scene. It looks chaos to me, and it gives me anxiety because I'm so scared of ever getting in a car accident. So watching all these cars crash into each other, I know it's organized chaos to make these scenes, but it just, not only does it get my anxiety going, but I can't remember if this is the scene if this is the film where there's also a little boy helping Indiana and Helena Shaw. Or was that Mission Impossible? Or was that James Bond? Or was that Liam Neeson in Taken? They're all so similar. It's so formulaic that it's like, I've seen this film before. So I can't remember if there's a little kid. I think there is a little kid in this. But if there is, whichever action film he is in, his character was a throwaway character, so that's all I was going to say about him. But I don't even know if he's in this film. And another reason I like this film, that it may get a little bit higher of a score than I would actually give it, is because of the memory I have with it. I always like if I have a good theatrical experience and I met my husband's father and stepmom for the first time, because we were having our baby shower this weekend, and so we met them the night before the baby shower, and his dad was like, do you guys want to go see a movie? And his dad actually enjoys films and knows actors and is literally like the carbon copy of my husband, except he actually enjoys film. I'm like, I could actually have a conversation with you. So that's kind of why I'm doing movie reviews, because I just want to have film conversations. So far, they're not really happening. Not many people are commenting. So if you want to let me know what you guys think. When I say that, I actually mean it, because I'm trying to have a conversation about film with people. So yeah, definitely comment down below and let's get a conversation going. But with all this in mind, I think the acting was really well. Obviously, Harrison Ford, it was amazing to see him in this. 80 years old, I believe he's still performing his own stunts. Just amazing actor. I think the intrigue and the story of the time travel and how they actually do go back, and it's interesting because Mads Mikkelsen's character wanted so badly to go back in time to, I think his goal was to beat and kill Adolf Hitler, and he become the ruler basically, like in his place. But be careful what you wish for, because I think they went a little too far back in time to where they did go into a war, and yeah, he didn't survive. And Indiana Jones being like, he meets Socrates. Yes. Or was it Aristotle? The score, they played it a lot. Da dun da dun da dun da dun. I don't even know Indiana Jones, and I know that score, so obviously. It was just very well done. And with the memory of meeting my husband's father and his stepmom as well. Because of that, I'm going to give this a C+. Please hit the subscribe button and hit that notification bell because we still have quite a few movies to get to before the end of this year. Thank you very much. Bye-bye.